do you stay positive when you're dealing with toxic people? Is it even possible to be happy when you're around narcissists, negative people, and naysayers? That's what we're talking about today at queenbeing.com. Let's get started. My name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. Does that sound good to you? If so, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. We all know that narcissists are notoriously negative and decidedly difficult people. The world is full of naysayers, and whether you're dealing with a narcissist or just a plain old negative person, it can really feel like there's always someone trying to bring you down. Sometimes they mean well, these naysayers. And whether you're working with one or you're in a toxic relationship with a narcissist, you are bound to be dealing with all sorts of negativity. Manipulation, including gaslighting, and even emotional abuse. And truth be told, many of them are truly just trying to be helpful, but it doesn't feel that way. But listen up, my friend. If you allow naysayers to discourage you, your life will be much less than you deserve. Today we're going to learn how to deal with these negative people once and for all. How to finally stop people pleasing to get and stay happy. What does people pleasing have to do with being happy? Well, when you people please, you forget about yourself in the mix. What is people pleasing anyway? Well, people pleasing comes about when you put other people before yourself, your needs and wants. Why do we do it? People pleasing also comes about when you want to be liked and loved so much that you will do anything to make someone else happy in order to be liked and loved. How do we stop ourselves in our own tracks? In order to stop people pleasing, we need to stop internalizing and to stop caring so much about what other people think. Look fear in the eye and confront it. Once you realize the thing you are so afraid of is not going to happen, and even if it does, you can shrug your shoulders and say, hey, welcome to being human, well, then you can move on from there. You can develop selective hearing. Learn to ignore the noise. Have faith in yourself and avoid allowing others to control your thoughts or your emotions. Narcissists or not, the negative Nancys, jerks, rude people, and naysayers will always be there. Every great achievement, my friend, was preceded by numerous naysayers giving their 2 cents. You can't allow other people, even narcissists, to derail your plans. You have to be confident that you can accomplish anything. Project your success into the future and remind yourself of your past successes. Sometimes it's hard to remember that happiness is an inside job, that it doesn't come from outside sources. Once we realize that, we're all walking around sort of led by the nose by our own subconscious beliefs and stories. It does get easier to create new stories, though. If you have a relative, for example, who always just kind of seems miserable, well, do you internalize that? Once you recognize that another person's faults, traits, and personality really have nothing to do with you, you have begun to lay the foundation for true inner happiness. When you learn the happiness habit, you can do that the same way that someone can choose to be a miserable sort of person throughout their entire lives. You can choose to create the habit of being happy as well. There are techniques and there are tools that you can import into your own life. For example, you can use gratitude as a way to offset the human desire of lack consciousness. It is so easy to focus on what we don't have under the guise of setting goals, but we've got to remember to be grateful for what we do have, what's already present, which brings us to our next tool of happiness, being present in the moment. Take a moment to realize that where you are right now, in this moment, it's never going to come your way again. Do you realize how important and powerful this is? You won't ever get this moment back again. Once you take on the practice of being in the moment and recognizing that you will never have it back again, you can really begin to feel happy for what is in the moment. Take a minute to watch a child when they don't know you're watching. Take a moment to watch someone's lips while they're talking to you. Every once in a while, stop and be present for what is right in front of you and recognize it as a moment in time. Another great happiness technique is to set goals that are small and then achieve them. Once you truly understand that creating the building blocks of smaller goals to reach a bigger goal is the way to feeling happy, fulfilled, and accomplished, you're really going to begin to feel content, happy, and satisfied. Take small action steps outside of your comfort zone, and you will begin to build confidence. Once you see taking smaller steps outside your comfort zone as a way to grow happiness, You'll be taking giant leaps before you know it, my friend. What about other people and their moods, though? Sometimes family members or coworkers are toxic and we just cannot escape them. Not completely, anyway. However, we can learn to manage them and keep our happiness quotient levels higher. Managing difficult people, gosh, sometimes we can certainly choose to keep toxic people out of our lives, can't we? But other times, not so much. We have to work, we have to network, we have to mingle with our family members and our coworkers as well as other people quite often. So that means that we have to take responsibility for managing our circles, right? Of course, if we don't manage them, well, then we can fall into the trap and we get sucked in by them. Where do we place toxic people in our lives? Well, for those we can remove gracefully, by all means, go ahead and do so in a kind and gentle manner if possible. For those you must tolerate, that's a different story. Try to make arrangements to interact with them in a group setting. For example, if it's a family function, a meeting, an office setting, or a networking event, well, you can talk with a whole bunch of people. Therefore, it limits your exposure to the one person who's toxic amongst the many decent ones. When you are face to face with someone you feel uncomfortable with, just smile and nod. This tends to keep interaction at bay. How do we manage relationships better? Well, our happiness depends a lot on the quality of our relationships. When we take 100% responsibility for our own part in the relationship, we are able to bring ourselves to the table in those relationships. Communication, of course, is the key in any relationship. You can communicate sometimes by being better at listening too. Healthy relationships are powerful parts of your life, and happiness might only be as good as those relationships. So it is important to do your part when we're talking about healthy relationships, staying alive and healthy. Now, how do we take timeouts for ourselves and give ourselves a break? Do you notice when you're feeling drained and fizzled out? Well, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself, and that might mean taking a nap, or saying no, or just taking time out to daydream sometimes. Maybe you need to get fresh air or get a drink of water. Breaking through the martyr-victim cycle, if you write a story that you're a martyr or victim, for example, you give other people permission to treat you that way. Rewrite a different story and start asserting yourself a little bit here and there. It is not as scary as you think it might be. What does this have to do with happiness anyway? Well, going forward, people are going to automatically know how to treat you, and you're going to be that much happier. Less work for you to do in maintaining boundaries, if nothing else. This brings me to the question of the day. And the question of the day is, how do you deal with negative people? What are your best tips for staying positive, even in the face of a narcissist or another negative person? Share your thoughts, your experiences, your ideas, and your comments below, and let's talk about it. All right, that's all I've got for you right now. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.